And now, another You Can't Comp This episode highlight.
This next one is from Sports Card Invest and NBA.downtown on Instagram. 5 most expensive NBA card sales. Swipe to see, so I'm going to swipe. Alrighty, number 1, Steph Curry at 5.9 million. His vertical NTRPA Logoman. LeBron James at $5,200,000. Oh god, this is so small. The Upper Deck Exquisite. I literally need a magnifying glass to read this. Now, this is a bit tricky, the next one, because Luca is here twice, even though it's a 1 of 1. So
That's odd.
the National Treasures Logoman 1 of 1, 4.6 million, and then again at 3.12. And then finally we get a Jordan at 4.6 million. The Upper Deck Ultimate Collection signed Logoman 1 of 1.
Here we go.
Look, I think it's good to actually talk about this every now and then, because we do talk about cheaper cards. We do talk about the sort of the $100, the $1,000 cards. I think to talk about the tippy top, that's kind of fun every now and again too.
It is a little bit funny, and I'm glad Luca appears here twice with the same card.
So my understanding is actually that's been sold 3 times.
It has, but it didn't make the top 5 in the third time.
And there's some speculation that the person who sold it the first time then bought it back once it dipped down in price.
He's the person that bought it first.
So the person who owned it first sold it and then bought it back after it dipped. Yeah.
Bought it back at the 1 point whatever million, was it?
Yeah, like the cheaper price.
Yeah, the even cheaper. So sold it for 4.6 million and then bought it back. Wow.
Anyway, some people are playing chess and we're just like playing checkers,
It's pretty funny.
All right. So the obvious question here to ask is, which card do you think you would get? Which card do you think should be taken off the list?
I think the duplicate Luca.
Just take it off?
I was going to say take Luca off the list, which is also my opinion. But the duplicate shouldn't be there. I think it should be... Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like that. Like the $4.6 million sale gets rid of the 3.1.
Yeah, that's right.
Or
yeah,
vice
it would be
versa,
more
right?
interesting if there was
Most
5
recent
cards there,
sale.
definitely.
Yeah. 5 different cards. Interesting, the intro photo has Kobe on there as the 5th player.
I think that's just to get people's attention.
Honestly, though, no, and this is not me ragging on Luca like I normally do. There'll be plenty of time for that at other...
Next week.
Yeah, at other points.
Yeah.
But he is the one that doesn't fit into this picture.
Yeah, I agree 100%.
Steph Curry has revolutionized basketball. LeBron James and Michael Jordan are debated as the greatest of all time. Luka Doncic doesn't stand on that mountain yet. I say yet. He's got plenty of time, but he doesn't. He doesn't hold a candle to those 3.
No, not even to Steph Curry though.
Correct. Like Steph Curry he's next in line for that mountain. Do you know what I mean? Like he's chiseling his
face into the mountain. Definitely.
The Mount Rushmore of basketball greats.
Yeah.
Look, I think a Kobe should be up there. Maybe.
Yeah.
And then maybe someone from another age, but I don't know if there are older players that... Oh, wait, I know what card should be on there because it now is one. It's what it's worth. The Wilt.
Yeah.
The PSA 10 Wilt Chamberlain. And then some random 1 of 1 Kobe.
But what did that sell for? Wasn't that...
It was 1.7 million, but when it hasn't been sold since the guy changed it over to PSA.
Yeah.
It's a $5 million card in my eyes anyway.
I think there's a very long way to go for it between 3 and 1 though. Like there might be say 20 other cards in between that and the Wilt.
I reckon the Wilt is at number 3 because it sold for 1.7 as an SGC 10.
Yeah.
As a PSA 10, I think it's a $5 million card and it belongs in number 3. And then maybe a $4.5 million card at number 5 and we bump the Jordan up just to give a bit of respect to the GOAT.
So for me, the really interesting takeaway from this is that Jordan isn't number one, because when you think about basketball and you think about the hobby, like the one person who has dominated, basically our entire lives is Jordan. And particularly if you think about who is the most liquid player, who has got the most cards graded, blah, blah, blah. And it's Jordan, like, every single time. So that to me is a little bit, maybe interesting, or, something I wasn't definitely expecting. And if I had my choice, I would take off Luca. And if I wished a card to be on there, it would be like I would love to see a Bill Russell card on there that's got this amazing, whether it's Logoman or it's, a piece of like a Boston patch or something on there that's, so significant, perfect artwork, and then, his signature on that. I think that would be fantastic. But would it get up to that pricing? No, probably not. Bill Russell just doesn't have that juice there. But that's who I would like to see on the list. I think that's who I sort of revere. Yeah.
I mean, the GOAT discussion comes out, and you've got LeBron up there, and you've got Jordan up there, and you've got Curry. I think Curry's just it's an emphatic statement about how recognized Steph Curry is in this hobby, and maybe how there's still opportunity to buy, because it is one of those eternal investments. He is a long-term buy.
Yeah.
Here is the way that you can get in touch with Russell and myself and be a bigger part of the show. Now, if you follow the link tree to our Facebook group, that is where Russell and I put our mailbags up, our card versus card, our player versus player, our buy, hold, sell questions. All of those will go up on socials, on IG as well, using the handle @YouCan'tCompThis. Now, if you do have a more tailored question, feel free to PM us on Instagram. You can reach out in our Facebook group, and we'll be happy to respond and see if it's something that we can add to the show. Once again, thank you so much for watching. We really appreciate the support and love creating this content for our loyal listeners. If you haven't done so already, we'd really appreciate it if you hit that subscribe button and click the bell for notifications. So hopefully we see you when we go live. Thanks for watching.